Welcome back to Dragonflower Gardens. Today we're talking about fruit trees. When's the best time to plant a fruit tree? 10 years ago, if you want it to be bearing fruit now. Alright, you could get some of them to bear fruit within a couple of years. But the sooner you plant that tree, the sooner it is going to bear fruits. I want to tell you guys a story about my mini orchard and how we got started. Alright, so when we first moved in here, there was nothing on the land, okay? Grass, lots and lots of grass, alright? So I started gathering up all my seeds, picking out my areas to start turning some soil and getting things ready, and I was like, we need some trees. You know what? Fruit trees are expensive. Turns out I'm not the only person in my family that likes to collect seeds. My son, who absolutely loves his pit fruits, had like this much of every seed he had ever eaten in the last 2 summers that he had saved. Cherries, plums, all kinds of plums, and local plums that we had stopped and gathered when we seen a tree in an area, or talked to someone to go in and gather some fruit that had maybe fallen to the ground. So these are lots of local fruit trees that he had seeds for, and it was very exciting. So I said, okay, let's turn the soil. We'll put some of these seeds in there, see what happens, right? Well, pit fruits need to cold stratify, which means they need to get cold before they'll open. So I put them in the ground, all kinds of different ones. And sure enough, it took a couple seasons, but things started germinating all over the place. And all of a sudden I had all these little tiny fruit trees. All kinds. So I put them in different places where we could start guilds, fruit guilds, where you have the tree and then some food at the bottom, and it kind of builds on itself like an ecosystem, permaculture. So after I moved the fruit trees to the areas that we wanted them, I wasn't quite sure on what all of them were. I know that they're plums. I don't know what kind of plums. There might be a random apricot in there. I can tell the difference between an apple tree or a cherry tree. So we're gonna go look and see which ones and see what you guys think. The other ways that I had gotten trees for our land here, our fruit trees, is I've had friends that had property that had old fruit trees on them, and they're getting close to no longer bearing fruits, but all of the little fruits had fallen to the ground, and the pits of those fruits went through cold stratifying and started germinating. So you'll see an old fruit tree and a bunch of little ones all around it. So all you need is to get one of them little ones, good to go. So I've done that way. I have also bought from orchards. So I bought from Costco, Home Depot. So we're gonna go hunt the property and look at all the fruit trees that we have. Ready? Let's go for a walk. Let's look at fruit trees. Yes! Welcome to the mini orchard. We have several different kinds of trees with several different kinds of strategies. So here we have a grafted cherry tree. So it has 4 different kinds of cherries grafted onto this tree. We got this one here at Costco. It looks like it's doing pretty good. We're starting to get some leaves coming out. So this branch is the Royal Annie cherries. And each branch is a different kind. This one says Black Tart Cherry. And that one is starting to bud out, so that's good. What's this one say? It says Bing Cherry. So that's this one coming up right here. And it looks like it's starting to bud out right here. So that's good. Alright, we have the cherry one that's grafted. And when we come down this way, here we have our pear tree that has been grafted too. We got this one at Costco as well. And let's see, what kind does it have on it? Bosc pear? Command pear? Battle pear? And Summer Crisp pear. So that one here is our pear tree. And we come around the corner here. I'm pretty sure this one here came from my son's collection of seeds. And I'm thinking it is a plum tree. What do you guys think? Leave me a comment. What do you guys think this is? And then next to this, we have a cherry tree. Now this cherry tree came from some local cherries that we had picked up, and they were just spitting the seeds out at camp, and one of them germinated. I was like, oh my gosh, that's a cherry tree that germinated, you guys. See, let's get a good look at it. Hello, Crystal. Dog. So here we go. Here's some of that cherry tree. Oh, the wind is picking up. We got some rain clouds coming in. So those are our 4 here in this little mini orchard that I have on the outside of the flower garden. It's kind of like a English courtyard. You want to take a little look? Let's take a little look. Just got my fruit trees right on the outside. Alright, here's one of those trees that I'm not quite sure what fruit tree it is. So let's get a look at it. We're taking a look at its leaves and its bark. Now I'm not quite sure. It might be a plum tree, but it don't look like any of those other plum trees that I know are plum trees. So what do you guys think this one is? Leave me a comment. What do you guys think this is? I just transplanted this one out of the fruit garden, or out of the vegetable garden there, because I don't need a fruit tree in the vegetable garden. Unfortunately, I still missed one. Here in the garden, we have another fruit tree, which legitly I should have moved, but we're kind of late for moving it. We'll have to move it next season. This here, I'm pretty sure, is a plum tree too. It's waking up, it's doing good, it's very healthy. Here in this guild we have two trees too. So this tree right here, this was the very first tree we planted, and we got it from Home Depot, and it is a Honeycrisp apple tree, and it's about 5 years old. And it is waking up nicely. Look at that. Got little flower buds in there. That's good news. Got it supported. It gets heavy with all the apples on it. And this one right here, this is a plum tree. A friend of mine had a bunch of plum trees that had runners in their backyard, and one day he just yanked one right out and brought it to me, and I stuck it in the ground right away and gave it some nutrients to help it grow roots. And 2 years later, look at that. It's alive. It's doing so good. Good morning. So I trimmed all of our fruit trees towards the end of winter. And they are just going crazy now. I'm very excited about that. I'm really glad this one rooted. Here in the front garden, we have some fruit trees along here too. So instead of trimming this one with all the branches that were coming out going crazy, I just go ahead and braided it. Braided them both into each other. So I should get a line of fruit here. Look at, oh, wait, I see something. They're flowers. Yay! It's the first time this tree has flowered. Yay! Got this one in a circle with a little ball in the middle. Twist it on down this way and towards the fence. These are plum trees. Oh, wait, check this little one out right here. Let's see if we can get a good view of it. Right there. This one's a plum tree yet. And I made it into a little heart then. I just twisted it, bent it over, and then tied it with a little twine for it to stay in place. And look at there. Today we're talking about fruit trees. When's the best time to plant your fruit trees? Yesterday. But if you can plant your orchard yesterday so that you're bearing fruit today, it's good to start planting it now.